Recorded Books presents Murder in the Tea Leaves by Laura Childs, narrated by Barbara Mcculloh. Chapter 1. Quiet on the set! Quiet on the set! As if someone had suddenly spun a dial and cut the volume, there was complete and utter silence in the darkened living room of the dilapidated Brittlebank Manor. "Roll film and action!" shouted Josh Morrow, the film's director. Theodosia Browning watched, fascinated, as actors recited lines, cameras dollied in for close-ups, and producers, assistant directors, storyboard artists, set dressers, grips, writers, gaffers, production assistants, makeup artists, and costumers all stood by, ready to jump at the director's every command. It was the first day of filming for Dark Fortunes, a Peregrine Pictures feature film, and the first time tea shop owner Theodosia had ever seen a full-fledged movie in the making. Of course, she wasn't actually in the movie, but this week was still extra special for Theodosia and Drayton Connolly, her dapper, 60-something tea sommelier. They'd been tapped to handle the craft services table, an all-day munch fest for the cast and crew. It was proving to be a fun break from their normal roles as hosts at the Indigo Tea Shop on Charleston's famed Church Street, where they spent their days juggling morning cream tea, lunch, tea parties, afternoon tea, special events, and catering. Catering. Yes, that's exactly why Theodosia and Drayton had loaded their craft services table with a bounty of tea sandwiches, lemon scones, brownie bites, banana muffins, cranberry tea bread, and handmade chocolate fudge. And, of course, tea, which was Drayton's specialty. "This is exciting, yes?" Theodosia whispered to Drayton. The director had called a sudden halt to filming, and now the crew milled about the darkened set like shadows flitting through a graveyard. "Exciting, but strange," Drayton said, touching a hand to his bow tie. "I had no idea so much work went into filming a single scene." He peered through the darkness to where the director was whispering to a cameraman. "And that director seems to be in a constant uproar." Josh Morrow, the director, was most certainly agitated. "Give me some light, will you?" he barked. And lights immediately came up, revealing the shabby interior of a small, old-fashioned sitting room. "And we need something more dynamic here, a line or action that propels us into the heart of the storyline." Morrow turned to Craig Cole, the scriptwriter, and raised his eyebrows in a questioning look. "It's already in the script, babe," Cole shouted back at him. Cole was Hollywood hyper, rail-thin with a pinched face and shock of bright red Woody Woodpecker hair. "No, it's not. The script is dreck," Morrow cried, as he leaped from his chair, knocking it over backward in the process. He was tall and angular, dressed in jeans and a faded Def Leppard t-shirt. Good-looking, handsome even, Morrow had intense jade-green eyes and wore a now-popular-again gunslinger mustache. Cole's face contorted in anger. "Watch it, pal. I wrote that script." His lips barely touched his teeth as he spat out his words. Morrow shook his head tiredly. "Fess up, man. You plagiarized a Japanese film that won a Nippon Academia show back in '95. Cole's face turned bright red to match his hair. "That might have been the seminal inspiration," he shot back, "but every line of dialogue is completely mine." The director stared thoughtfully at the small round table where a woman wearing a purple and gold tunic with matching turban sat across from Andrea Blair, the film's leading actress. "She should read the tea leaves," Morrow said slowly. "That's what we need. The fortune teller has to read the tea leaves before she delivers her line."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?